Welcome to the fourth part of the refactoring kata here. One of the things I want to improve now is those ugly predicates. And one idea how to make it is that first of all, we want to, it kind of came out as, the same interface for all those classes. So let's keep it the same, but let's try to make it more explicit in English, what is actually the rule. And the rule here is that either any player at 4 or above but advantage only 1, right? Okay, so obviously this doesn't really help, but at least now I can check something else. So at 4 or above, but advantage. So this is any player at 4 or above, and I will tell you why I'm doing it this way. Advantage only 1. Right, so the idea is that I want to be as close to English as possible, so that I look at some piece of code like the smallest one, and I can see, okay, points 1 bigger equal 4 or points 2 bigger equal 4, right? Now it's interesting that any player, I called it any player, and I'm using points, so this is telling me a little bit, but at least mathematically it seems to be correct. Advantage only 1. So I can split it again. Well, there's probably some different ways, but here it's player 1 leading by 1, right? Oops. Why is it not working like that? Okay, let's try this. Player 1 leading by 1, or player 2 leading by 1. Yes and yes. Okay, let's just move it bigger. Right. So I hope you get the idea. So I'm just trying to make it as small as possible to spot the bug, if there is any bug to spot. Obviously I have tests, but it's also important to make the code as clear as possible so that I can spot the bugs just by reading the code. The win rule is kind of similar. So it's any player at 4 or above and advantage 2 or more. And now it's easier to split it again. So that's the part where any player at 4 or above and advantage 2 or more, right? So we are just repeating, and now it's easier to say. I can split okay, let's player 1 leading by 2 or more, and player 2 leading by 2 or more, right? And now it's better. So this is a simple thing. This one is okay, we can split it equal points. Okay, so this way we can probably spot the bugs at just looking at this. So not a big thing overall, but I see the small things really important, because Now when I have all the context of the application after recording these videos and doing the refactorings all in my head, it's easy to remember. But when I come back to this code, obviously this is all artificial, but let's imagine I come back to this similar kind of code later on, and I want to be really clear just by looking at this, for example, that there might be a bug. So let's see, is this a bug or not? But this seems to be correct, right? So at least I can just spot every small rule like that. That's it for this part. I will try to make it shorter, make them shorter now. Thank you.